Alright, it is 9:22 a.m. June the 17th, and the main watch list I don't think changed very much, but I did remove BB just because it's nice, but it's like it reminds me of it painfully reminds me of HCZGQ. I've been watching this since it was at the $6 level, and I'm just not really that good with these. The uptrend very slowly to the point that you have to hold for several days. I did not see this here, or at least I don't remember it. Looks like it had a very nice panic. I guess it's not that nice. It's not really that clean, but I will be looking forward to today. I got rid of BB just because it kind of trades like that, just not much range. FBCD, I guess I'll watch for a morning panic bounce play, but I'd like it to do a nice drop. UONE, all these listed stocks will just be a watch. Same idea with APTY. Who knows, I might even consider shorting it, although it seems to look like it spikes in the morning, so that would be kind of iffy if I try taking a short into a morning spike. So I might stay away from shorting it, but I do look forward to a potential morning panic bounce play. Same with MJWL. Let's see if I can put one nicely. And DPLS, I don't know what this one's going to do. I might watch it. It might try to rebound, so that one will just be a watch, although in theory it could do a morning panic bounce play. Alright, it is 9:43. I did take 2 L's here with FBCD, but I think from my NWGC trade that I had earlier, where I held on to one position and I had a bunch of nice dip buys, but because of that one position it kind of ruined the whole trade. I wasn't profitable on that trade. I learned a lot from here, but I tried 2 times and this thing just had a nasty turnaround. You can tell here, just started here, ended here, tiny wick down, but immediately just ripped through to that 21.6 level, so it really didn't give me a chance to enter the trade. And I don't want to really be in it now because the range isn't that nice. It could be nice, but I'm not extremely sure, especially with the fact that it's not trading much volume. So it is what it is. I mean, is E-Trade working? Yep. It looks like there's literally nothing moving. Why does it look like nothing is moving? Alright, that's weird. I don't see anything moving in the markets. It's probably E-Trade Pro having issues. Like the whole market is just frozen. It shows that I'm connected, so I'm not sure what exactly the issue is. It's probably working just fine. It's just something wrong with the platform right now, but anyway, I did take a buy here at 222, and I was really quick on getting out. So, because that's what I learned from previously. And first buy again was at 935 right here. Looks like it might be waking up now. 935, where this thing just really doesn't have volume. No, it's starting to work now. Okay. Yeah, so I had a buy here at 222 right here when it was still looking like a nice green candle, and I immediately cut losses the same minute when we just cracked this low at 220. That's what I was risking, because there was a chance that 222 could have held and it didn't. And then I thought, well, it could also be this 2 level, but yeah, so it immediately didn't work. So I cut the trade right there quickly. That was a really good trade in that I just cut losses very quickly. Didn't try to do anything crazy or hold on to the position. Had I have held on to the position, and sold at this 2 level, that would have been 10%. And that would have been a lot worse than what I did here, which was 2.69. And then that second order was right here at 936. And that was at 205 right here. Kind of sketchy. I don't know if it was at the very lowest, but I think it was at the low. But then immediately, all of these times it looks like we already had the max volume candle, but then at like the last 30 seconds of the candle, it would just have a sick downtrend and it would create a lot of volume. So ultimately, that's what happened here. I just cut the trade immediately. at 199. I really don't regret to sell here, even though it's near the bottom. And then, you know, it had that quick turnaround. Now it's just bouncing back and forth under the VWAP. If I had to guess, because I'm not in the trade, it's going to break this 22 level. But I can't be that jaded. This thing was just really nasty. And that really reminds me that, you know, when I'm in the morning panic bounce play setup that is working, I need to let it run and like make money, because if I have like these two, you know, right here, these two cuts because it just didn't work at the moment, and then I have one that works and I only hold for, you know, a minute, and then I only get like 10 bucks out of it, even though I'm trading small. If you just add a zero to it, it's something that I need to really get good at. So that's where I'm at. I need to keep getting better at holding my trades that are working a lot better, and not cut them so short, not instantly see that I'm profitable and cut the trade immediately. That's something I have to really work on. I'm not going to trade anything if we're having like problems with the broker. You know, if we're having issues with the trading, if it's not showing the time of sales and everything. But that's where I'm at, and I don't mind if I don't, you know, have the ability to trade for the rest of the day because there's an issue with E-Trade Pro. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But this can be just a reminder that when I do have a setup that is working, I need to really hold on to it. You know, not hold on to it so that it becomes a loser, but I need to hold them better, because I need them to really make up the difference of when I have to cut a trade like this with FBCD. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll be looking, but if I continue to have issues with the platform, I'll just take it easy and not necessarily push myself into some sketchy trading. Alright, 957. E-Trade seems to be working again, a bit iffy sometimes, but I like recently it hasn't been having much of a struggle. I was interested in trading APTY, but it did have like this rip right here, and then similar to FBCD, and then immediately a green candle, and it could work. The issue was is that I just don't like how much volume was traded here, and it just moved a tiny amount. It could be just a slow uptrend with low volume, and I don't mind missing that one because this is kind of a dirty, you know, morning panic bounce play, even if it works. FBCD is at 23. That's impressive, but you know, I don't mind trading this thing, you know, the way I did, because this thing was just, you know, this is always disgusting, but again, it's just a good reminder that when a setup does work, I just need to hold on to it a lot better, not be so quick to take losses on it, not losses, but so quick to take profits on it that I miss out. So that was a great lesson there. I'll be looking for more setups if there's any. It looks like GME is trying to do an uptrend. It's trying to hold its levels right here. It's not perfect. I'll be looking, but I don't see anything right now that's truly interesting. I might consider shorting LWLG if it is a pump, but I'm not extremely sure if it is. Looks like it has a day high at that 60-61 level. Spread does not look very good, but I'll be looking. Alright, it is 10:20. I just got out the trade, and it seems like at the same time E-Trade Pro is working again. We're having some nice prints at 665. I don't even remember when was my last recording, but I did take a short because I considered the potential of it double topping right here from the yesterday high level of give or take 662, and I went ahead, I got short. My order did not get executed until 10:06. It did take a while to actually get filled. I did place an order at 10:05, and let's see, 10:06, yeah, almost 10:07. So right here, 10:06, I got short at 650, give or take the 650 level. And I just waited through it. It got super sketchy when E-Trade Pro was not working. It wasn't, the chart wasn't moving. The only thing that gave me an indication of the price action was the level 2 here on Charles Schwab. So that was pretty sketchy. I tried on TradingView, but they have a 15-minute delay. So the next thing I did after that, thankfully, was Thinkorswim, which worked without problem. And it didn't just work without problem. You know, everything was good. The time in sales was good. Everything was readable. The only thing I did not have was the level 2, which is fine. You know, maybe I would have cut the trade sooner if I saw the level 2. Probably not. And I had a great execution about the time when I was starting to get you know, that feeling, okay, I need to cut the trade because it's hitting 662. I actually got out 615. Now I know that doesn't matter very much, but you know, it was there, and we did have that, you know, breakout. Is breaking a day high from, not the day high, but it's breaking yesterday's day high. This thing could run just 10 pennies and fall off a cliff. Could totally happen. Short selling is not necessarily easy. It's much harder than being long, but I like it. This was a good trade, and I cut losses at 10.20 right here, 10.20 right here at 615. Just a really good execution, if you ask me. All of the prints were 662, but mine was at 615, and it was a market order too. It could have went really badly, but you know, it's Charles Schwab. At least when you trade a block size, you know, 100, 500, 1000 in this case, you know, anything that's that can be divided into those levels, it works out very nicely. I got executed again at 1020, and yeah, I got executed at 1020. Saved me from, you know, having to get in the 70s, which would have been bad. A percent loss was super tiny here, just 1.7%. This thing could just, you know, have squeezed a bunch of shorts like me, and now it can just fall off a cliff. It could totally happen, because anybody who bought this whole entire uptrend for that same setup of breaking yesterday's high sees this tiny bounce right here, tiny move to the upside, and now it's just falling. That could scare a lot of people. All the people who were in their state of euphoria right about here will now be screaming to get out of their shares, or it might not happen at all. I noticed DPLS had a really nice bounce, but I would have never have traded this, because this is just kind of sketchy price action, if you ask me. But it's very cool to see that happening. UONE looks like it had a big drop. I also saw that with the overall markets. I'll take a look later, but this was a nice drop. FBCD is at 23. I tried my best. I don't regret it, and there's no way I would have held through this, you know, the 20. What if right now it's at 16, right? It's like the first official red day. I'm not gonna be trading like that. That's stupid. APTY did work here eventually, which is nice. Just some sketchy price action. Didn't like how we had this big volume candle right here, and it only got as high as here. Kind of seems like there was a lot of people selling, but it did uptrend after that. Not much, but it got from 139 to 148. That really isn't bad percent wise. GME is still uptrending, which is cool. AMC is uptrending even nicer. MJWL looks okay. I don't like the volume on this guy, and I'll make an update and see what happens with LWLG. That might have been it, you know, might have squeezed some shorts, and then all the people who were long this entire setup saw how crappy the spike was, and now they're all just trying to get out of their positions. That's a great lesson, and I'll make an update later. Alright, it is 11:14 a.m. In theory, I could take a short here at 657-ish and just risk off of the, I guess risk off of 666, the evil number 666, not necessarily risk the very top here at 7.4. You know, at the end of the day, despite that I took 3 L's today, 2 with FBCD, which decided to eventually work out and be very profitable, in that it got to, you know, 23 relatively easily. Again, just had a wicked turn right there. It wasn't really not much I could have done. I did my best just cutting losses as soon as the day low at the time breaks, you know. you know, even if I see this big volume candle, I'm like, all right, the big volume candle is in, and I buy right here. You know, it's a buy right below VWAP. Sometimes they only get a little past VWAP and they fail. This one continued to uptrend, which is nice, but that wasn't the setup I wanted. I wanted a quick, something quick like this. This is nice. I haven't even seen this price action. This is really cool. But yeah, that's pretty sketchy though. Yeah, so even though I took those two L's right here, this is 23, and then with the other 11 with shorting LWLG, it's like, you know, it's so small. It's just 35 bucks. You know, if I make it trading right, and I make like $3,000 in a trade, it's literally all of these little tiny losses and gains. Even the gains are just not gonna matter. So I'm here for the long run, and that's a great mindset if you ask me. You know, not happy that it didn't work out, those two setups, although, you know, FBCD, had I been, you know, risking and just held on to my positions, right, I would have learned the wrong lesson and I would have been profitable. So at least I just traded the best that I could. I could consider a short again here with LWLG, just one more, and see how this thing can do, but I'll probably have to check and make sure I'm not going to break some PDT rule. Other than that, I'm just going to probably just call things off. I don't mind, you know, not trading anything else. It looks like APTY is downtrending here, but it's a random dip. It's not going to interest me if it's just a random dip. I'd like inverse head and shoulders. If it's not going to be in the morning, it's just going to be a watch. Overall, I just, you know, got to keep trying my best. Some progress has been made, some lessons have been learned. I don't mind again covering right here because it could have continued running, could have went to 720. It didn't in this case, but it could have, and that's why I traded that. I think, if you ask me, pretty well. So I just have to keep getting at it, keep trying, and yeah, I don't see anything too interesting at the moment that I want to trade besides that potential short with LWLG. Doesn't trade good volume, that's one thing for sure. I'll just be watching, and yeah, I just have to really look at things, you know, the glass half full, not half empty. Alright, it is 1:24 p.m. and this is nice. It did it. It took a long time. It doesn't have much volume. It downtrended to the 630 level. It broke VWAP. I mean, it got as low as 6. I guess it was just like DPLS yesterday, my short. It just wasn't, you know, it was the right kind of setup, just not at the right time. That's really nice that it worked out. That's really cool. I haven't been looking at the markets. APTY, maybe inverse head and shoulders, but I want to really try to do this on the first red day. UONE, this one looks like it too. Oh, I got them confused. This one's trying to reverse, but it's pretty down today. FBCD did get as high as 24. That's nice, but again, I was going for a quick morning panic bounce play. I did consider a little bit to buy when it was here and just risking off for 21, but I don't know. It just seems like it was just not going to work. That's nice. DLPS, nice uptrend. MJWL, that's all I got. I'm just gonna call it off. I'm just, you know, even though I took some L's, the setup eventually worked out. It did uptrend FBCD. LWLG worked out eventually. You know, it was a little unfortunate, but I was on the right track on a lot of these, and that's really all I can do. I don't want to accidentally upload another video so late, so this is going to call it off right here. I don't think I'll be interested in trading the rest of today. I got other things to work on, and yeah, just going to call it off. Just a good trading day, some great lessons. It didn't work out here, but it also reminds me that if a setup is working in my favor immediately at that level, I have to be really good. I cannot just cut it early. I have to wait, you know, and do better with that, so that when I have these L's right here, they actually, you know, in terms of what I win on my other trades, it doesn't matter. So I just have to keep going at it, and you know, it's only It's not like I'm down 300 or 3,000 or something crazy, or I traded horribly. You know, I cut losses on all of them. I was just wrong on the timing. I just have to get better, and you know, if I make it as a successful trader, you know, with one good trade, all of this is just not even going to matter. It's not even going to matter. It's about the learning experience, and that's what I have to keep working towards.